It's going to be a bit unusual talk of me, because today you will not learn absolutely anything new from what I'm going to say. Yeah? Okay, so clap. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic, yeah. But it's going to be a bit of a fun, because I'm going to explain to you why your project that you are currently working on stinks. And why you keep doing the same thing again and again. And yeah, so let's see how it goes. For those who don't know me, my name is Alex. And I'm the solution bloody architect, kind of with a long history of traveling here and there. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that is because it was triggered by interesting conversation I had in very reputable financial institution of the Netherlands. I was asked to consult a project which wasn't going very well. And then I had a junior developer who was complaining that on this project I'm so unhappy. You know, I'm not innovating. I'm not doing things, etc., etc. I actually had to pause and think about for a couple of days what to say back. And in the end, I had to say, well, look, yeah, you have obviously lots of enthusiasm, but you know what? Last 5 years, I've been working on a project which just didn't deliver a thing. And she was quite offended. And that gonna triggered me to which is the title of this conversation. So if there are smells in a code, then there must be odors in a project. Because I've seen a lot of the projects who fail in the same way in different companies. So I thought, maybe there should be something in common, right? But before we jump into odors of agile projects, do we all know the code smells, guys? What do you think this picture stands for? Anybody? Bloaters. And this object orientation of users. This one stands for. Yeah? Change preventers. These trash cans. Yeah, it's dispensable. This one, this is for unnecessary couplers. So actually these pictures are not mine. I stole them from a refactoring.google website. So if you don't know it, go and have loads of fun looking at this. But the point is that anybody can write a smeller code. And it's not the point that you call smell. So as a good developer writes a code which smells very good. But the same should be true about the project management, right? But then I started thinking, well, you know, when the project starts, we're like this Monterey Jack who says, well, you know, we're going to deliver this on time, and then something happens. And you start hearing these buzzwords that spikes, velocity, backlogs, volume poker, retrospective. And then comes one thing which knocks people. Ceremonies. Ceremonies. And then you see kind of otherwise intelligent people, they just go nuts. Because ceremony, it's a formal art of observing, especially meaningless one. So different organizations try to kind of turn otherwise people to exactly the same robots. And they start behaving the same way. So why is that? Especially if it is a formality. And then I was looking how to explain, how to visualize this to people. And then I came out with this picture. So that's what happens. You come up with the ceremonies, you follow them on a daily basis, and you think you're kind of doing great, right? So you have a backlog, you have your velocity, it's all amazing. Until you take a step back and see, well, it's not really true. So something else is going on, and we all seem to fail in exactly the same way. So I have also with this idea that, well, if the code has smells, then projects also have odors, and they indicate that something is maybe not right. So what are these? And I have come up with 5 categories. This one is ticket obsession. The second one is being lost with direction, right? The third one is fog of work. The fourth one is cargo. So this is by far not the extensive list, but let me just very quickly talk to you about it. The purpose actually is to explain to you that if you see all of this, it's perfectly normal. All organizations do that. So kind of if you want to change, because of this, don't. You'll get the same thing, just with a different smell. So ticket obsession. So it most important in the working software in the end. And the single most interesting This behavior is then when people start competing for the beauty of down chart. Who have come across the clients who are saying, oh, your burn chart is not as great as of that one. Or why your burn chart isn't progressing? You should burn down this. Yeah. Okay? And what about over-cherishing? If you have created a ticket, you can't change it. It's a holy. Yeah, we can't delete it. It's 3 years old. We're still not going to get it right, okay? Bloating backlogs. Like, we have 3,000 tickets in the backlog. To do, fantastic. So how many thousand of years do you need to prioritize it? No, we don't think about that. And when it all ends, we start creating more tickets because we forget. There are so many of these, we just keep piling. Then we realize, well, it's too much. We need 2 business analysts. Well, maybe we need 2 business analysts, right? Or maybe 3, right? It happens all the time. It's kind of the first thing that you're going to see when you land, perhaps, in a new project in a medium-sized, respectable organization. And then you say, well, do we actually know where we're going? Because what you start realizing is we have tickets, we have boards, there are lots of them. Probably there are lots of boards. And we're just moving, shuffling things around. Yeah, let's move it. Oh, yeah, let's prioritize this. It's priority, it's not the priority. Yeah, so the first thing, you want to see the big picture. How do you know it? You have a Jira, and instead of looking at the complete board, your Scrum Master says, well, let's filter to the tickets of that individual. Tell me what you have done. Another one. So the team never actually looks at what are we doing because we don't know. And if we look at this, we don't have a clue. We don't want to just deal with it because we don't know where we're going. And other things like priority cares. Any priority 3, 4, 5. What is the top number? And kind of with all other interesting things that kind of we just don't know where it all goes, right? And we keep on doing more and more tickets. We deliver less and less. How does it happen? Why? In the time, I'm going to come to another one that there's actually we don't know what we're doing actually. So how to figure this out? I'm busy with that. So what will get done? Probably you'll say, I don't know. That's true. Nobody. And you can tell this if you go to the demos, and I call it the jammed vinyl rack. Every 2 weeks, we just repeat the same thing, but with different words. Again and again and again, we have done 20, 30 tickets, 40 story points, 2 burn downs, exactly the same thing. Maybe shuffle a little bit differently. We don't know what to do. And we all seem to invent new tech. Let's go to Azure. Oh, well, Azure didn't work. Let's go to AWS. Let's do multi-cloud. Okay, well, do we actually know what we're doing, right? And it all ends with one interesting thing, which I wanted to quality assurance. Is that you have QA, which is supposed to test. But because nobody knows what's supposed to test, the last thing remaining is developers, because developers are the last person who can give you any reasonable explanation. It doesn't mean that what had to be done, but okay, it's the best thing you can get. And that leads to another interesting phenomenon. It's called cargo culting. So what we do, we start asking for over-certification. Our project is so important. Yeah, we need to have 20 certifications to do support. Why? Well, because nobody knows what needs to happen. Because we have to, yeah? And the ceremonies become a religion. Everything must be a best practice. So you can't suggest anything unless it is a best practice. It was approved. Why it happens? It happens, well, because everybody's afraid. And on top of that, big organization, you can have a hidden competitions because people compete how the best they preach ceremonies. What gets done in the end? Well, we don't really know. But we are fanatic movers. Things have to move on the board. We have to move stickers. So you get Scrum Master who say, well, this ticket has been sitting in the to-do for 3 days. Let's close it and create 3 new ones. How many people have come across something like that? Yeah? And the same thing, what I call reptilian vision. We only look at the things which move. And we just don't care if it doesn't. Right? So we just put them out. We can't move. And kind of the top of it, the killer of any agility. under load. You speak to the manager, who said, well, I have nothing to do at the moment. Oh my God, I have to search for a ticket for you. It's like, don't you have a technical debt that you need to research to kind of self-study? You don't have a ticket. You don't have a ticket. You have to get a ticket. Yeah, doing anything and everything to move it. And then what I have realized is that it all results in a lot of teams try to do this, to come to this thing. So ourselves that we're high performer. High performer, high performer, high performer. Right, which brings me to an interesting conclusion. Well, Agile it's not a silver either. And it will stink. And the same thing as projects, the question is how it stinks for you. Well, it will stink. The question is, do you like it? Do you like it for the particular client? And the thing is, nothing changed since 1999. This is me 23 years ago trying to kind of read a customer specification, right? So extremely excited. Good guys. So it's visuals in the kind of stinks. Now, that determines the success. Actually, not one, but so to conclude my part is that I kind of started thinking about we should make a catalog of Agile dysfunctions, and if you like, send me a kind of your story. Maybe we can make a catalog and do another meetup talk about it. That said, enjoy the chaos because it is what it is. On this note, guys, that's all I wanted to share with you today.